Transparency. We talk about it often here. Colorado's oil and gas industry has been forced into a new layer of transparency, one that lets us look beneath our feet and our homes and our schools. Our Marshall Zellinger has been exploring the new online mapping tool that lets us see what is buried beneath. And Marshall, this is not super intuitive to use.
Because it's the state, right? No, look at, there's all these boxes in white over on the side. There's a lot of dots right here in the center of the map. The system's a bit slow, so I've already cheated it a bit. We'll take you through this through the story, but when you click on the new flow line checkbox, you'll see what popped up. All those dots is what was once unknown. There are now lines where oil and gas pipes are located underground.
This is available now on our interactive map for the public. When we first zoom in, it's somewhat overwhelming, the amount of information.
It's a map that connects the dots. For the first time in Colorado, oil and gas operators are required to show their work.
This is what we're asking oil and gas companies to provide us, is surveyed line data, which actually shows the true path of a flow line in the ground. The pipe itself, where the pipe is in the ground.
This online map showing where the pipes are underground is one of the changes as a result of last year's Senate Bill 181, the oil and gas reform legislation. Knowing what's between those dots, the wells, is something Erin Martinez has pushed for.
The public has a right to know what is in the ground in and around where they choose to live.
She's pushed for it since her home exploded in 2017. She survived. Her husband and brother were killed. The cause of the blast, an improperly abandoned flow line severed during construction. Abandoned flow lines won't be found on this map if they're not known, and you'll notice not every dot is connected yet.
We have, I think, well over 100,000 segments now on our maps. And we have about 40% of the forms that have been submitted so far still in process.
Oil and gas companies have until December to provide the state the actual location to plot on the map. So how do you use it? First, search COGCC Interactive Map. Click here. Then, don't get overwhelmed. On the left, check the box for flow lines. You can either type an address in or use this Zoom to Rectangle button. Draw a box to zoom in. On the bottom left, you can turn on the most recent satellite imagery. Move around using this hand icon. You can also use the arrow and hover your cursor over a flow line to see who operates it and what flows through it. That's a lot to take in. We've got a step-by-step online, but more importantly, I need to tell you that using this database, Kyle, does not replace calling 811 when you want to dig in the ground. This is completely separate. You still have to call 811. Don't replace it with this.
Yeah, I don't know, Jane. It looks like it's north of the house. What do you think? No. Don't play that game. Be safe, people.
And if you want a closer look, you can only go so close online. If you want to know exactly where it is near your house, you're going to have to go in person to the state office or possibly your county once they do agree to some confidentiality. They don't want you reproducing things for security and safety reasons.
Sure. That makes sense. Knowing exactly down to the foot where a pipeline is might not be the best. All right. Thank you very much, Marshall.